There's an elk antler right there. All of these trees are shredded. That has to be an elk.
Whoa, bear track.
I can't shoot through this brush, so we're gonna have to try to get to the clearing first. Oh my God. Is that an elk? Oh my God. Yeah, that probably wasn't a good idea. Anyway, welcome back, guys. We're out here. It is the day before the last day of elk season. We are going elk hunting. We only have one day left of this season, so that kind of really sucks. But we have some good news. And it is not the fact that I just broke my arrow for, yeah, it was really for no reason. I mean, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. I've only got one left. If you guys don't know, you've been missing out on a lot. I'll just say that, okay? I got drawn for an elk hunt, went scouting, hunting, all that good stuff, except it wasn't that good because I didn't see a single elk or any single sign of elk. So that sucks. A lot of S's. And it looked like we wasn't going to see anything before the season was out. And we still may not, but we have some good news. So I don't know if I explained this to you guys, but basically I've been doing all my hunting on public land, which could be why it absolutely sucks. But there's also this other type of public land that we have here in Kentucky for elk hunting. I don't know if I've explained it in another video, but I'll go ahead and run through it really quick again. They're called regulated areas. Basically, it's just a private property and the owner allows people to use it for hunting on. So there's these properties here and there's only like so many in my zone. But the thing with those is they don't put those properties on there if there's no elk on them at some point in the year. Now I already had one of those spots, but I picked like the worst property I probably could have picked in the entire, probably even the entire state. Maybe not the entire state, but it's at least my entire elk unit. Because there is nothing there. There is no water at all either. And it said in the description of the property that it's only like temporary use. So the elk, they're only there for a few days if they're there at all. So those elk may not be there until like gun season comes in. I can't hunt gun season because I drew an archery tag. But the property that I had, it wasn't the only one in my zone. There was actually another one. Well, there was actually a bunch more, but there was one 4 times as big as the property that I've already hunted on and saw absolutely nothing. And there's better habitat. It seems that way from Google Maps, at least. There's a pond on it, which, you know, elk do need to drink water, especially when it's hot out, which by the way, it's not right now. It's like literally the first day of fall and Mother Nature's actually following course this year. Yesterday it was like 90. Today it's like 60. Let's keep it that way, please. I don't want no snow in May again. Kill my tomatoes. But yeah, they do need water and there's a pond on this property. And in the description, it says there are large herds of elk on this property throughout most of the year. So we just found us a pretty good looking property, if you ask me. And I don't advise you ask me because I thought the other property looked good too. And there's nothing there. But this does seem like a more obvious choice. In fact, after I picked the first one that was terrible, I went back to try to get a different one. And that was the main one that I was after because it seemed like it would probably be one of the best. And the spot was already taken. But someone released their spot. I claimed the spot. We can now hunt on that property. We are good to go. So tomorrow we are going elk hunting once again. And I'm ready. I'm actually not ready, but we're gonna wing it. And the good thing about this is even though we only have one more day left to hunt of this season, there's a whole nother archery season in December that I can hunt. So like if I don't get one now, it's not like it's the end of the world, okay? We'll just come back in December. Maybe a little bit harder because the elk are gonna be a little more pressured, but there's gonna be less food sources and it's gonna be easier to kind of pattern them that way. Because right now they could just like walk outside their front door. Oh, we don't have front doors. They could just walk right out of wherever they're bedding down out and eat whatever they want. So that could be why we haven't seen much because they're not moving. So I don't know, maybe December would be a better place. December's not a place. Maybe December would be a better time to hunt, but we're gonna try tomorrow anyway because it is still the rut and I want to try to get on a bull, okay? Honestly though, I'm gonna shoot the first one I see. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. That was a joke. I'm not gonna shoot my camera. I will stab it though. Almost there, guys. Running a little bit late, but I think we'll be all right. It's still not hot out, so that's good. All right, I think we're pretty close to being on the property. I think we're here. All right, let's get to hiking. So we have made it to the property. We're gonna still have to hike like a mile before we actually get into the elk woods, or what should be the elk woods at least. So still not exactly there yet, but we're almost there. And also, if you guys saw that strap on my shoulder yesterday, that's this. And yeah, I've had to wear that so far the entire elk season. Well, first of all, if you don't know what that is, this is a wound vac. Basically, it just keeps suction on the wound. And of course, I'm wounded because I'm always wounded. But basically, I had a brick that hit my leg, had to get surgery, and now this is on it to help it heal. So yeah, I have this, and it makes a noise. So that sucks. And if I see elk off in the distance, I'm turning that off, even though I'm not supposed to. I'll get another injury. I'll have the chance to heal. I may not get to elk hunt again. And besides, like if I see elk, then it's probably only going to be like 10 to 20 minutes before I know what's going to happen if I'm so close that they can hear this. So I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. So I got this on literally the day before elk season started, and I get to take it off tomorrow when it's not elk season. So I've literally only had to wear this during elk season. So that sucks. But hey, it hasn't really stopped us too much. I've hunted every day that I possibly could and scouted and planned every single day. So yeah, not too big of a deal. It is annoying though. So like I said, this is the last day that I can hunt until December. And I literally just secured a spot on this property yesterday. So yeah, I've not even scouted this place yet. I've only looked at it on Google Maps. And that was like 8 years ago. So like vegetation, brush, and small trees could have grown by then and pretty much changed the landscape. So this is kind of just like a all-in hunt. We're going in the same exact day that we're going to be checking out the land and hunting. So we'll see. It may go good, it may go bad. We are now getting into the territory where we may start seeing elk, if there are any here, or even sign of elk. Right now it's kind of rocky up here, but I'm thinking once it flats out, we're going to start seeing a bunch of mud puddles, kind of like the other places we saw. Because this is also a reclaimed strip mine, except this one is like a lot bigger. It is starting to get kind of warm, or at least I am. The temperature's probably not raising much. But yeah, basically what we're looking at right up there, that's a bunch of brush. There may be something there, but I'm probably going to go around this way and kind of scope out into these grasslands that I'm thinking are up here. It was on the map, unless brushes grow over them too. But even if it is, we may be able to find a stand of trees and sit and wait for something to come by, or even call something in. So let's head on up and see what we can see. Dang. Well, we got a view. Ooh, we got us a pond here. It ain't really a pond, I don't guess, but there's a bullfrog. Dr. Pepper. That looks growed up. And that's also the way we need to go. Yeah, I guess it ain't too bad. It's about like a forest path. This is the kind of terrain I was expecting when elk hunting. Not the other two places. Cow pasture and camping land. Doesn't mean there's elk, but it looks like elk country. Spider web. Hey-ya. That was close. I think we need to cross this creek here. Well, it's not really a creek, but it's meant to control water, so I guess it's kind of a creek. It's a creek bed. And cross over there, see if we see anything over that way. It looks like pretty thick brush, so that's gonna suck. But it's what we signed up for. I don't even know if we can make it through this. Ooh, some kind of animal bed. Looks small though, it's probably a deer. Yeah, there's some kind of trail here. A deer going somewhere. Oh yeah, that ain't too bad. All right, this is what I'm talking about. Here is where we need to be. Guys, I think we may have just found some elk beds. Look how big that bed is. It's right out in the middle of no brush. And there's only a single trail leading to it. There was a big animal there. Look at this. This is all chewed up. All these are chewed up. This is no deer. This is a freaking elk. Oh yes. And if you look, there's another depression there. There's one here, and there's one there. If we don't get one, I'm gonna set a camera right over there, because I guarantee you there are elk bedding down right in here. Oh my God, guys. We found our first sign of elk, and I have hat hair. All right, so they're probably right now. Actually, they're probably nearby. I'm thinking we blow the call. Let's give the elk call a short run. I don't hear anything. That don't mean they're not nearby. And also, it stinks really bad around here. So definitely a good sign. It means they were here recently. There's a trail going that way too. So I think I'm gonna split off that way. It doesn't look like anything is going that way. And see if we can maybe get up here and look around, because I can't see much from here. Oh my God, guys. Last day of the season. I think we just found some elk. That looks like another bed. That looks like a bed. There's a bed. That looks fresh. Oh yeah, look right there. That's elk poop. Oh my God. The bed's cold, but it's cold outside and wet, so it's gonna cool down fast. They probably were here this morning sleeping. They're nearby, that's for sure. Try this again. Alright guys, so I think what it is, this is their bedding area. We've seen beds everywhere and it's kind of like brushy, and then it looks like there's an elk path leading right up through there and one coming from over there up that way. So I'm thinking we found us a herd. So I'd say right here isn't where they graze, right up there where that like gap in the trees is and all those vultures are flying. And over on the other side of that, there's like an open pasture. It looks like there's a road that goes up and around. I'm thinking they're following that road and going over to the pasture to like graze during the day. So I'm thinking we can maybe find a place along that trail and set up, but first I want to follow the trail, look around. If I can get a shot on one there, it's even better. But if not, this evening we can go along this trail here and set up, and I think we've got a pretty good chance, guys. This seems like a pretty good piece of land. Looks like some kind of trail coming through here. There's a track. Could be an elk. If it is, it's a small one. I'll try the call. Hey, it's a helicopter. That's a big cliff. There's a pond. No, that's a rock slide. There's a lot more tracks here too. I think we're on the right trail, guys. Alright, so we need to go this way. And if I shoot something over in there, because I've walked like 3 miles, I can actually go down this way. It should be quicker, so that's good. Another pond. That's kind of cool, even if these are invasive plants. I don't see nothing over in there though. There's a rabbit. Good to shoot it and be done. Where'd you go, little boy? Just kidding, you get to live for now. And this is the one where I die. We'll do it this way. Well, it's already grown around me. Might as well give up. So we are now in the zone where we can shoot whatever we want. And by whatever I want, I mean elk. I think we're almost to the spot. All right, here's the end of the gas pipeline. I'm very relieved that I will not shoot it now and accidentally cause a big problem. Which if I shot that, it probably wouldn't do nothing. And probably not that either, considering I shot a piece of wood yesterday and it did nothing to it. The wood was hardened, so I mean, that makes sense though. I think it's a bullfrog right there. Nope, it's a leaf. All right, guys, we got some tracks. I honestly don't know. That could very well be whitetail, but it looks like it could be a small elk. I think the big open area is around that corner there, so we're getting pretty close. Let's go this way. Oh yeah, guys. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. I'm like 90% sure we're gonna find elk here. I don't think this is where those others came. I don't think they would come this far, but they definitely could. It took me a while to get here. By the time I was where they were this morning, the bed was already cold, so they could have made it that much farther. So I mean, it's possible. And elk are known to cover a lot of ground too. So let's get out there and look around. Maybe we can get up there on this high point, trash and glass around, which I can see pretty good right here, but only in that area. Can't see much over that way. So let's head that way. It's the perfect weather too. Not too windy, but not too still. Nice, cool, not cold. This camera right here shows it a little bit better. You can see it's some nice land, and we are very, very far. I drove like 20 minutes off the beaten path before I even got out and walked. I think we're in a really good location. Let's just see if we can find something. It's like the chain to somebody's foothold trap. Broke it though. I may see something off in the distance over on the other side of the mountain. I can get up here to an opening and I'll see if that's what it is. Looks like there's two white dots, more tan, not like solid white, but you know, that's what elk look like. All right, yeah, I think that's just rocks. False alarm. There's a black snake right there. Won't kill him since he's a black snake, but I need to go that way. God, he scared me to death. Figured he would have ran before that. He just sat there and struck at it. Well, anyway, that was exciting. Still not an elk though. That stick sticking up and this rock is very misleading from far away. When I came around that way, I was sure this was an elk sitting here bedded down in the grass. But as you can see, it's not. It's getting cold out here, which is good, at least for me. Make it easier to hike this far. So I think we're getting close to the end of the property. We still got like a half a mile probably, but it's all flat, so it's gonna be easy to cover. So let's get to it. Looks like someone sent it a little too much. All right, guys, I'm gonna try the call real quick, but I don't think there's anything here either. All right, we're gonna take a seat real quick, just in case something comes by. So I haven't heard anything or saw anything, and there's no sign either. And if there was a sign of elk here, I'd just sit right here because it's a pretty good spot. I've got one trail coming in right here, one trail coming in here, and then one coming in this way. I would expect something to come from this way, but I'd probably like back up in that little forest there and sit. But yeah, there's nothing at all. But they will follow the path of least resistance, especially out here, because I mean, you got a really open trail, and there's not allowed to be ATVs here during the elk season, so there hasn't been any ATVs here since like 2 weeks ago. and we are very far away from anything that would spook any elk, so they're not going to be scared at all to follow a path out here, I'm sure. I mean, they may get on and off the trail. In fact, that's what the deer have done, because on the way here, like, we'd see a bunch of deer tracks and then they'd just go off into nowhere, and then we'd see a bunch and they'd go off into nowhere. And we haven't saw any elk sign tracks, droppings, demolished trees, beds, or anything. And we're pretty much at the end of the property line here. It only goes right over to there. It does wrap around that hillside and goes out there, but all of that land over there, it's just like it's like hillside. There's not really any food for elk, if I understand how they eat and all that, right? And so I'm confident there's no elk there. And I have walked, yeah, we're 8 miles out right now. It would be hard if I shot an elk here anyway. I mean, it wouldn't stop me from shooting one. It would just be harder. And it is midday right now, so if we saw any elk out, it would have been before noon, I assume. And even if they are out after noon, we would definitely see them before noon anyway. And we have not saw anything. So our plan, I'm gonna go back, get all my cameras and everything charged up, ready to go. And then in a couple hours, we're gonna head back to the area where we found all of those beds and the droppings. I'm thinking those elk are either on the hillside in between. Okay, I'll draw it back out whenever we get back to the vehicle. That way you guys can see what I mean. Oh, there's turkeys here. You know, I think it's actually crossbow turkey season too, but we're after elk. And this will go clean through a turkey, and I don't want to lose my arrow. I only have one. Anyone else want to hop in? There's another black snake. And this is like 2 miles from that other. I guess I just like been on the bypass of pond roads. I don't know. Okay, I just found something. That tree over there, it couldn't have fell more perfectly. And I'm pretty sure it did fall, because like, look at that. It doesn't look like someone cut it. It looks like it broke. They did trim the branches off when it fell, but literally inches from hitting that. I don't know if it would have hurt something, but it was inches from hitting it. It's pretty close to that too. Wow. Well, anyway, we're almost there, I think. What is this? What are you doing? Like, get out of the road, bro. You're not supposed to be here. The creek's over there. Like, I gotta go. Bro, believe me, it is for your own good. You will get smashed here, okay? We're about to do a turtle catch and cook, guys. I mean, he should be good there. So, guess who discharged their crossbow and broke the arrow? Me. So I'm gonna try and run and get some real quick. And if I can't, we may not be able to elk hunt. So let's see how it goes. Turkey. All right, guys, so we got some bad news. I just checked the Walmart website, and the only Walmart that's close enough to even be able to get to in time, they don't have any kind of arrows there for crossbows that are in stock. So we have nothing to shoot. It's already 2:40 now. So the only thing that I would be able to do would be drive all the way back to my house and get my bow. But the only problem is that's like an hour and 30-minute drive. So that's a 3-hour round trip, and it'd be 6 o'clock by the time I got back, because it gets dark at 7. And I need to be sitting down waiting an hour before. So I hate to say it, but we really can't hunt any elk. What I'm gonna do, I will go back up there. We're gonna set the trail camera. At least we've got December though. That's the good thing. By then I won't have this thing on my hip, and that'll probably help us a lot. So let's go ahead and get back and set the trail camera, I guess. All right, guys, we're on the land now. I think we're getting pretty close to where we found the beds at. I think it's just right up here around this corner. Here's the beds we found. Let's see. See, that way's west, that way's east, so that way's north. Yeah, here's a bed. There's the tree that was tore up. You know what, let's just put it on the tree that was tore up. I mean, if we tear up a trail camera, at least it's wireless, and we can get the pictures off of it. Yeah, you're supposed to point them north, but we're gonna have to point it south. Better than east or west though. And besides, whenever it gets low enough to really affect the camera, this brush is here and then that brush is there. So I think we'll be good. All right, I think it's good. So guys, there we go. I mean, it sucks that we couldn't find an actual elk. And even though it is now the end of the season, I can still hunt again this December. So it's not the end of the world. In fact, who knows, December may be a better time to hunt anyway, on this property at least. So at least we found a spot that actually does have elk. Ow. Okay, well, I think I just broke my camera. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'm tired. I'm ready for next season, though. So be prepared for that. See you guys in the next video.